So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add more stories, have them estimated, and in readiness for the sprint to be started. Let's find out. First thing you should do is to click on project settings to add people who will be working on this project. And you click on people, and then you'll see a list of all those people that are already assigned to the project. And if you don't, you need to click on add people and type in their names, and you will select their names, and then it will get added. And then all you need to do then is to make sure that the appropriate roles for those people are given as well. So at the end of the day, you're going to get a list of all those people who will be working on this project. Once you've done that, you want to go back to the backlog and look at the stories that are already sitting in the backlog, and you need to make sure that now they are refined. And before you do that, obviously you need to create some sprint because they are not there. To create a sprint, click on create sprint, and automatically Jira gives you the next in sequence, in this case sprint 1, and if you click again, it'll give you the next in sequence, which is sprint 2. At the same time, it also has the NP project key to that sprint, but you can click on and edit sprint to rename them if you feel that you want to give it a different name. I want to add a stage sprint to the project because I feel the staging is like a subset of the backlog, where you move all the stories that are going to be refined for the next sprint to be started. So this gives you kind of focused area on stories, those stories that the team needs to refine and have them ready so that they can be started, can be included in the sprint to be started. So this is what I mean by having a stage sprint and the purpose of that. Once you've done that, you want to look at the backlog and take those stories that are going to be moved into staging to be refined. You can drag them, just simple as that, into the staging, or you can click on the story in backlog and it gives you a field. And if you don't see it, click on show more fields. There's a field called sprint. There you just type in the sprint name, NP something, and it'll give you all the options. In this case, it shows you that you want to collect the stage sprint, so that gets added that way. So there's two ways to move the stories into the staging area. Once you've done that, you want to make sure that the stories are refined in the staging area, and then once you're happy with that, you want to move them into sprint 1. That's the sprint that's going to be started as part of the project. So before you start the sprint, you want to make sure that everything is kind of cleaned up and everything is complete. So in this case, you can see that we have the 2 stories. The only thing that's missing is the story points, i.e. the estimate. How long does it take to finish that? So you want to give the first one maybe 3 story points, which is the relative estimate. And then for the second one, maybe it's going to be a 1 story point. Once you've done that, you want to make sure that somebody's assigned to it. In this case, I don't have anybody in my project, so it's still unassigned. But normally you would have a person's name who will be working on that. So now the sprint is in good shape to start. You are in a position to start the sprint. Again, active sprint, there's nothing there. Now if you go back to backlog and click on start sprint, it will start our sprint 1. When you click on that, it gives you the name of the sprint, and then it gives you 2 weeks duration by default. And you want to add the goals for that sprint so that the team knows what exactly will they be achieving in this sprint. And as part of the demo, they can again base that demo on the goals and then talk about it in the sprint retrospective. So this first sprint is to start the project. The goals for this sprint would be to onboard the Scrum team and make sure that further planning sessions are booked so that you can do further planning and add more stories to the backlog. The backlog must have all the story that needs to be refined. Once you're happy with that, you can click on the start. It gives you 10 days by default because it's 2 weeks. Click on start, and the sprint is started. So that's how you prepare the sprint and then start the sprint. So this is great. Our sprint 1 has started successfully. Now we want to show in the next video, how do you manage that sprint and how does a Scrum team know how they are progressing during that sprint itself. So in the next video, I'll be showing you how to run that sprint and have it completed as part of that. So I'll see you in the next video.